Good morning, students. Let's continue our chapter 8, Framing of the Constitution and its Features. Students, in the first part of the chapter, we saw about the Constitution. How many members were there for framing the Constitution? And how many days, how many months, and the years that they took? Into how many sessions the Constitution Assembly met, and how many times that they had to come together for the sessions. We also saw at that time that Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, who was the chairmanship of the Constitution, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of the Constituent Assembly. After that, we studied about the preamble, why preamble is important and what does it have, which are the main three pillars of the preamble. After that, we went to study about the basic features of the Constitution. First day we saw the three, the next day we saw the fourth point where there are the other sub-points. That was about the center with strong federal structure. Yesterday we saw about the residuary powers, unified arrangement during the crisis. In the crisis we saw about the three types of emergencies, that is the national emergency, constitutional emergency, and financial emergency, and when it can be announced. We saw about the parliamentary system and the independent and impartial judiciary. Students, today we are going to study about the amendments in Constitution. We saw earlier also that in the Constitution amendments were made only in the year 1976. We saw in 1976 by 42nd Indian Constitution Amendment, some words were added like socialistic, secularism, okay? And so, students, today we are going to see about it once again. What and when can the amendments be made? So, let's be present in the class. Open your textbook, take the page number 62 and begin today's session. Compared to other countries' Constitution of India is dynamic. Constitution can be amended as and when required. Constitutional provisions can be amended three ways. Now, Constitution provisions can be amended in three ways. Look here. Now, what is the students? Compared to other countries' constitution, the Constitution of India is very dynamic, it's very active, and it can be amended as and when required. But there are some provisions when can be amended, and there are three ways which it can be amended. So see the first point. What is the first point? Amendments can be made by a simple majority of members present and voting in the parliament. Amendments can be made, students pay attention, amendments can be made by a simple majority of members. What is that? They should be present and voting in the parliament. So, the majority of the members, that is the first point. Let's see the second point. Certain amendments require a special majority. Some amendments which require majority. And what special majority? How much it is? That is 2/3 majority members present and voting. In the first point we saw that the simple majority of the members present and voting in the parliament. But in the second point we saw that requires a special majority, that is 2/3. That they should be present and voting. But in the third, please pay attention to now the third one. Third one is students about concerning the union-state relations, the special majority, that is 2/3, and concurrence not less than 50% of the state legislature is required. Now, what is this? So, it is that, students, concerning the union-state relations. In the first point, we saw, students, that first they are saying simple majority members vote present, they should be present and voting. In the second point, we saw that there should be 2/3 members present and voting. But over here, concerning the union and the state relation, the special majority of the 2/3. Okay? And the concurrence, what is the meaning of the concurrence? At that moment, when happening, not less than 50% of the state legislature is required. So, students, at that moment, 50% of the legislature, state legislature should be there, required. So, the 3 points are different but 8 important points while making the amendments in the constitutions. Let's see further what do they say about it. If there is any amendment to be made in the interrelations between union, state structure or in supreme judiciary, then half of the states from the total states have to give consent. So, students, when the amendments have to be made, now the interrelations between union, that is the state structure or in supreme judiciary, then half of the states of the total states. Now, how many states we are, students, altogether in India? So, students, at present, how many states are there? There are at present 28 states. Out of 28 states, now at least 14 or more than 14 states should be agreeing to what is going to be happening. What are they asking about? And so then they can give their opinion. Then the next sentence, judgment of court can also bring amendment by the parliament. By the parliament, the judgment can be also given. There will be no change in the basic structure of the constitution. There will be no change in the basic structure of the constitution. Pay attention. That's why the constitution is known as the most inconstant and flexible document, but at certain cases it is not amendable by simple majority. Students, certain things can be changed, and so it is known as the most inconstant and flexible. Okay? But there is but. What happens? At certain cases it is not amendable by simple majority. It cannot be. It takes time. It takes months to pass the amendment bill. Okay? So, then, we are already seeing these 3 points. What is that? How many members should be there and how it can be and where it can be. But, here we saw that it cannot be many times by simple majority, cannot be passed. Without the majority consent of states, it's not amendable. Then too, the mixture of both makes the constitution. Then too, see, without the majority consent of states, it's not amendable. So, the majority of the states should be required, and plus what they say, then too, the mixture of both makes the constitution. So, you know about the amendment of the constitution. So far, students, we saw the 8 features. Let's go to the 9th feature of the constitution, basic feature of the constitution. And this is very easy. We have already studied this. For you to easy to understand, remember and write the answer in the exam. Now, universal adult suffrage. What do you mean by universal adult suffrage? In India, we have a system of adult suffrage which is flexible. We have a system of adult suffrage which is flexible. What is that? According to that, any citizen who is above 18 years, underline 18 years of age and above, possesses the right to vote in the elections of parliament, legislative assemblies or local self-government bodies without any discrimination of education, property and economic standard. The other day when we saw about the adult suffrage, a few days back we saw, that is the time we have seen that person has to be 18-year-old. His name should be there in the electoral list. We also have seen that the person without seeing any caste, religion, he should vote, and by voting he should choose his choice of a leader. But student, once again here, that adult suffrage and what we saw about what we are seeing adult franchise is same. Answer will be same. So what is the students? The first and foremost, in India we have a system of the adult suffrage which is flexible, and according to that, citizen who is above 18-year-old has the right to vote. Okay? And while voting, he also has to make sure that he is not discriminating the person by his caste, creed, religion, language, gender, education. Okay? But it is essential that the citizens are enlisted in the electoral list. We see here in the adult suffrage, in this point, also that when the person goes for voting here, a person above 18 has the right to possess what? To possess what? Right to vote in election of parliament. Now, students, there, legislative assembly or local self-government bodies without any discrimination of education, property and economic standard, which I already explained beforehand and I already made it clear for you. So this is all about adult suffrage, which is of 2 marks question. Let's go to the secularism. Secularism also we have seen it, but let's see little more in detail. It's given here, it's elaborated over here. So pay attention to the secularism. How does it begin? We have discussed earlier about secularism. Okay, where did we discuss? In the preamble, when we were saying that the words socialistic, secularism were added. At that time we have seen, and I had explained what is secularism. But let's see, in the constitution, India has been declared as a secular state. People of different religions reside in India. People of different religion reside in India. Different religions which are there: Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Parsi, Jain. So many religions we have, students, and you are aware of it. So they are residing, they are living in India. Therefore, the state cannot discriminate any citizen on the basis of religion. The state we can say that Gujarat state or Maharashtra state or this Madhya Pradesh state, Goa, it cannot just discriminate on the basis of his religion or caste. No citizen can be given special rights or cannot be deprived with certain rights. No citizen, okay, because he belongs to this particular caste or religion, or he belongs to, is this type of person, so he should be given extra rights. No, students. No person should be given shouldn't be given special rights or cannot be deprived of certain rights. What is his due, we are supposed to give according to. Then, the state has to be absolutely impartial and neutral in respect of religion. The state cannot say because you belong to this religion or that religion, you will not have this right. No. The state cannot do that. Our constitution says that. And so students in the school also, when you come, you are not supposed to discriminate any students. You are not supposed to say, oh, my friend belongs to this caste, so I will not sit with him. Or this friend is of my caste, so I will sit only with him. No, students. We are not supposed to discriminate on the basis of the caste, religion. And our constitution tells that, because it helps us to live all together as one family. And then, see that secularism means, students, only secular state can offer proper or equal treatment towards all citizens. Only secular state can offer. proper and equal treatment which we are getting in our country, students. Then secularism means that the state doesn't interfere in matter of religion or is biased to any specific religion. Neither can the state interfere with the matter of religion. State will not interfere, will not come in between. Neither will it say what it should be bias. Bias is what? You have some idea about, you are preoccupied by some notions about a particular religion. So you think, oh, you have some prejudices. He belongs to this caste. I know this caste people are like that only. Or this religion people are like this only. No, you should not be biased. You shouldn't be prejudiced to any specific religion. You should not have this idea in your mind. The state has to be secular and indifferent. Followers of every religion are free to follow and practice their religion of choice. The followers are free to practice whichever religion they want. You are not supposed to force anyone to follow the religion of your choice. Okay, students, today we saw only 3 points. They are amendments in Constitution, universal adult suffrage and secularism. Tomorrow we shall see about judicial review, fundamental rights and duties, directive principles and the provision for the backward section and the tribes. So today I am going to stop the class over here. I will show you the board work. Students, yesterday I forgot to send you the board work. Therefore, yesterday's and today's board work I will send it together. Board work, you are supposed to be writing the points that I am writing on the board. It's compulsory. I will be seeing, I keep the record in my diary. Every day is the date, what I teach you. So when I check your books, I want everything day-wise, date-wise. You are supposed to be writing. Don't say afterwards, I did not know. Soon we will be reopening the school. Okay? So please write the question answers that I send you. I will send you just now the picture of the board. Look here, students, about the amendments in Constitution. I have written 3 points. I felt they are important for you to remember. When can be amendments be made? And I explained you those points, and thereafter I gave you the questions. Just 3 questions I have given you. You have to write it in your fair books. See you tomorrow. Have a good day.